Hello, Princess Hunter Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on Ready to Love, Season 6, Episode 3. It's titled, Opposites Don't Always Attract. My eye is watering, so I'm going to try and get through this without tears running down my face. Alrighty. Okay. Tommy meet up with the guys. He tells Swazi, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, that his shirt is too tight. I think Tommy is showing his jealousy. Tommy asks the guys why they can't find a woman in Miami. They said the women are beautiful, but they have no substance to them. I don't like that. I think the guys are single because women refuse to take their crap. Oh my gosh, my eye is tearing. Women refuse to take their crap. Also, women nowadays, they're on their grind. They have degrees. They own businesses. And I think that intimidates most men. Anyway, Tommy told them to choose someone to go out with that they wouldn't normally choose to date. He also told them that this week the power is in their hands and they will meet at the end of the week to decide which woman is not ready to love. He also told them to go somewhere, do an activity that is outside their comfort zone, something they've never done before. Be creative. LJ met up with Looney. In a voiceover, she told us that he checked up on her when she had COVID. That's nice. He obviously likes her. So that means he's not doing what Tommy told him to do. Tommy said go out with someone, that you really don't find attractive, that you really don't have a connection with. Go out with somebody, but he has a connection with her and he's going out with her. So he's not doing what Tommy told him to do. And I think they went out to a restaurant. So that's not creative. Looney told LJ that he was the only one to ask for her phone number. Anyway, he asked her what she was looking for in a man. She said someone who is genuine and someone who puts her first. She said she really doesn't have family. Wow. So she wants a man to make her feel protected. And LJ said, he's from a different country. He said he doesn't have family here either. So he can kind of sympathize with her not having any family. Anyway, they seem to be vibing and getting along well. Next, Shakira meets up with Alonzo. He is also not doing what Tommy told him to do. We know Alonzo likes Shakira. He was rubbing her hips. I think that was him rubbing her hips last episode when they went bowling. I think so. Right? So we know he likes her. So Tommy said go out with someone you're not vibing with or someone you're not connecting with. He's connecting with her. He's attracted to her. And I think they also went out to a restaurant. Anyway, they're sitting at a table, and it's an outside restaurant, but he has shades on, and he's sitting there talking to her from across the table with shades on. That's so rude. There go the tear. My eye is tearing. I can feel it running down my face. All right, hopefully that's it. Okay. Yeah, so he's sitting there with shades on. That's what I need, shades, right? He's sitting there with shades on a date, talking to her from across the table. So she asked him to take those shades off. And he did. But that was rude. So she asked him if he mind dating women with kids. And he said he doesn't mind. She told him that she wasn't sure about him because he never asked her for her phone number. And Alonzo apologized to her for not asking her for her phone number. So if he didn't ask her for her phone number, how did he contact her to go on this date? He told her he wanted to get to know her first before asking her for her number. How you get to know her first and then ask her for her number? I guess he probably think at every meetup he would talk to her, and then when he felt like he really was connected to her, then ask her for her phone number. That's not how this works, guy. So he did ask her for her phone number, and she asked him if he was going to use it, and he said yes. And I didn't like that. She's practically begging him to take her number. She's like, do you want my number? Are you going to call me? When are you going to call me? The vibe she was giving me, I think she was thirsty. She was giving me the thirsty vibe. And if I was, wait a minute, who am I talking about? Am I talking about Alonzo, right? Yeah. If I was Alonzo, that would turn me off. That thirsty vibe would turn me off. Next up is Samson. Samson meets up with Charisse. Samson said in his confession that when he met Charisse at the mixer, she did not give him eye contact. And then they show a clip of him sitting there trying to talk to her, and she's on her phone. That's rude. She's lucky, because if somebody was that rude to me, I wouldn't want anything else to do with them ever again. But he's giving her a second chance. Like Tommy said, the person that you have a connection with, hang out with them. So he at least is listening to what Tommy says. And he kind of went someplace a little different. He went to an ice cream place that serves ice cream in these little cuppy things. Just a little different, a little bit creative. I think I think he did what Tommy told him to do. Samson, yes, he said in his confession that the mixer, she didn't give him eye contact, and they showed a clip of her being on her phone, ignoring him, while she's on a mixer for the first time meeting these guys. How rude is that? She was being an ass. She probably think her light skin and long hair puts her above all women. That's probably what she thinks. And my hat is off to Samson, because when somebody's rude to me, I leave them alone. I ignore them. I'm done. So they're at this cute ice cream place. Charisse spilled ice cream on herself, and he wipes it up for her. That was nice. I like that. In her confessional, Charisse said Samson is not her type, but he seems like a protector, so she is interested in getting to know him. Samson asked her what does she do to get in shape, and she told him she's naturally thick. So they start talking about being raised on a farm. Then Samson told her about his father passing away in a car accident, and then he told her a little bit about his family background, and they seemed to vibe well together, and that date seemed like it went well. Next, might meet up with a group of people at it's like a circus school, to go on trapeze. I said tripod. Trapeze. They go on a trapeze. Tommy did say be creative, so at least he's being creative. So it's Mike. It's a group of people. It's Mike. It's Looney. It's Swazi, whatever. Charisse, Kayla, Justice, and April. I really can't tell some of them by their face. I know Charisse, I know Justice, I know Mike by their faces. I know Kayla, but and I think that's all the ones I know by face. Anyway, April was very good on the trapeze. In her confessional, she claims she's an athlete. So they all participated, and they were having fun. Mike and Kayla, they sit down, they go off by themselves and sit down and was talking. And in his confessional, he said him and Kayla have an attraction to each other. No, you're not supposed to be hanging out with a person you have an attraction with, Mike. You're supposed to be hanging out with a person that you don't have an attraction with. It's amazing how people listen to instructions, isn't it? And Mike is really into Kayla. He is grinning from ear to ear. He's touching her shoulder. He told her he is happy to see her. And she seemed to like him too. She's grinning as well, and she has her leg on his lap. Then here comes April. April sits down beside Kayla. And then she gets up and she goes and sits next to Mike and cuddles up next to him. But she said in her confessional that at the brunch, Mike said things to her that made her believe that he was not interested in her. So if that's the case, I'm just trying to straighten this up. It looks crooked to me. If that's the case, why is she calling up to me? If somebody told me I'm not interested in you, I'm going to leave them alone. I'm not going to go cuddle up next to them, especially if they're talking to somebody else. Another girl. I don't understand why she's cuddling up next to him if he told her if he made her think that he wasn't interested in her. But then April says she wants to know why he doesn't want her. So Mike is annoyed. He asks April if he is her top or bottom. And she said, I don't know. Then Swazi comes and sits beside Kayla. Then Kayla and Swazi, they left Mike and April by themselves because they're like talking, kind of like disagreeing. So then April asked Mike if he was interested in her. And he goes, what kind of crap is that? This thing looks so crooked to me. I don't know. It looks crooked. Ooh. I don't know. I'm going to leave it alone before it falls. Make it worse. Anyway. Mike is not interested in her. Mike likes Brandy. We know that from last episode. And now we know that he likes Kayla. And she already knows he doesn't like her. She said he told her that. He basically told her that at the mixer. So she just needs to leave him alone. In his confessional, he said the conversation that he's having with April is childish. And he wants no part of it. Why is it childish? She wants to know how you feel about her. She wants you to tell her clearly, yes, I like you, or no, I'm not feeling you. There's a couple of other women here that I'm, more interested in. Something like that. Be clear. He needs to be absolutely clear with her. All right, end of that. Justice and Looney, they have a little chat. And Justice is just chilled. And Looney is overjoyed and flattered to have his attention. And he's standing there talking to her with his hand in his pocket, all nonchalant, like he doesn't really care. Then we see Kayla and Swazi. They're off talking, and she is letting him know that she wants to hang out with him more. In his confessional, Swazi said that Kayla has confidence, and he likes that. Then Charisse goes over to talk to Mike. He's not with April anymore. Mike asks Charisse what was her impression of him. Charisse told him she thinks he is a great guy, but his divorce and his kids scare her. She told him that it's baggage. Mike was not happy that she called his kids baggage. She could have said something. She could have been a little bit more delicate. She shouldn't have used the word baggage. She should have said, well, I think you're a great guy, but I was looking for, or I am looking for someone who hasn't been married yet and who hasn't had kids yet. She shouldn't call his kids and his ex-wife baggage. That's not nice. What the hell is wrong with her? She's so rude. Then he's pissed now. He told her not having any kids is a red flag for him. He is really pissed. He kept telling her she was 45 years old. She told him, I'm 43 years old. He's really pissed. Mike told her 45 years old is too old for her to say the things that she say, and at 45 years of age, she should have already have kids. So she told him to stop over-talking her and let her speak. So he finally shut up, and she told him that she wants to marry someone with no kids and someone who's never been married before. And I said to her, good luck with that, because she is 43, and it's going to be hard. I think, anyway, it's going to be hard for her to find a man in her age bracket not married without kids. most men in their 40s already have kids, and kids grown, so she's 43. I think at 40 your women's eggs start dying down or drying up, right? So she better hurry up. Good luck, Charisse. Good luck, girl. But Janet Jackson had a child at age 50. She can do it. She just need to hurry up and find her husband, She still hurry up and find that. So next, Randall meet up with Trinika. He listened to Tommy. He's going out with someone he is not usually attracted to, he said. And Trinika is happy to hang out with Randall. She's all smiles. She told him she was happy to see him. He blushed like a little schoolboy. And she's flirting with him and coming on strong. She's holding his hand and grinning in his face. She asked him to go with her to the doctor when she go get her wrist examined. She's the one that fell and messed up her wrist, and she's wearing a brace. And he said, yeah. He told her, yeah, you go with her when she get her hand x-rayed. So she tells him a little bit about herself. At one time, I even saw her rubbing his back. So that date went well. Next, Swazi, Mike, Kadeen, and Brandy, they go archery, to shoot some arrows in a target, indoors. Swazi did what Tommy told them to do. He took out ladies that he's least attracted to, and he went creative. He went and did something creative, something different, like archery. We don't usually do that, right? And he went outside his comfort zone because he was no good at archery. That was a good job, Swazi. So Kadeen is talking to Mike, and she's standing up, eating a rib with corn on the cob. And I don't even know where she got the food from, because one minute she was shooting an archery bow, and the next minute she had a rib bone in her hand, biting into it. I also did not like her look. It looked like she was wearing onesies. Her outfit looked like onesies. Well, not really onesies, but they didn't look good. I didn't like them. It's a full body thing. I didn't like it. It made her butt look horrible. Oh, she didn't look good at all. She should have kept it simple and just put on jeans and a cute top. Boom, that's it. That's all you need. Anyway, Brandy and Swazi chit-chat a little bit about the dating process. Then, Kadeen and Mike go off to another room to sit down and talk. Mike told Kadeen that, I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing her name right, but everybody knows who I'm talking about, Kadeen. Mike told Kadeen that she looked like she works a lot. From Mike sit down with this woman, he was negative. He gonna tell her, you look like you work a lot. That's a negative thing to say. Instead of saying, well, it's good to get a chance to sit down and talk to you and get to know you. Instead of saying something nice and pleasant, the first thing he says to her is, you look like you work a lot. That means he's trying to say, you work too much, you're not gonna have time for me, right? That's something negative. She told him, yes, she do work a lot, but she can pull it back some. She don't have to work a lot. She can pull it back some. Then he told her she looked like an uptight person. Here he goes again. Why can't he say something nice or something pleasant to her? As soon as they go off by themselves, he's being negative towards her because he's not physically attracted to her. That's why he's treating her this way. She told him that she is not uptight. She said she is free-spirited. She asked him, what does he mean by uptight? And he said, I don't know. You gonna tell her she work a lot? She's uptight, but you don't know what uptight is? He said, I don't know. When she said, so what is uptight? He said, I don't know. Then she said, I'm not an asshole. Then she said, okay, I am an asshole, but not an uptight asshole. I don't know. In his confessional, Mike said Kadeen is too aggressive for him. Kadeen told Mike that he is uptight. She's not uptight. He is uptight. She told him he is reserved and an introvert. Mike said in his confessional that reserved and introvert is the total opposite of him, and he's not going to say anything about it to her because he does not want her to talk to him anymore. But that did not work. That did not work out for Mike. Kadeen kept talking. She told him, we have to get you out of your shell. She said, you're like a turtle. Then she told him that she's going to start calling him Mike the Turtle. And Mike is laughing. But we know he really want to cuss her out. But he started it. He started being negative with her. Okay, if you're not attracted to her, fine. You can still have a pleasant conversation with somebody you're not attracted to. Right? Then Brandy shows up and Kadeen leaves out and Mike is happy. He's like, thank God you're here. Because that's Brandy's boo. Mike is Brandy's boo from last episode. Mike hugs Brandy really, really, really tight. In his confessional, he said Brandy made him nervous in a good way. He told her she showed up just in the nick of time. They chit-chat about what they are looking for in a partner. And in the meantime, Swazi is by himself in the archery room cheating at archery. He walks up to the target and places arrow in the dead center of the target. Then Kadeen comes back in the room and he said, look what I did. I put that arrow right in the center of the target. She said, you didn't do that. She don't believe it. She ain't buying it. So they banter back and forth with each other. In her confessional, Kadeen said that her and Swazi have been talking every day and flirting. I don't see a connection between those two. All I see is a lot of silly banter back and forth. I don't see nothing romantic, no attraction, no nothing. They're just bantering with each other back and forth. So back over to Mike and Brandy. They are still chit-chatting it up. Mike tells her that she is beautiful and funny, and he doesn't understand why she's single. She told him that people think she's crazy. And he told her, I don't think you're crazy. In his confessional, Mike said Brandy makes him feel some type of feeling, and she knows how to talk to him. So next, Tommy and the fellas, they meet up. And the two ladies that I'm going to predict what's going to... I haven't seen, at this point from the show, I haven't seen and I don't know who's going home or what's going to happen, which two ladies are going to be chosen to be in the bottom. But as far as I'm thinking, I think it's going to be Charisse and Kadeen. Because Mike got into a little tiff with Charisse, and he also got into a tiff with Kadeen. So I'm thinking Charisse and Kadeen, those are the two that's going to be in the bottom. So Tommy is making fun again of Swazi's tight shirt. And I don't understand why Swazi's tight shirt fascinates Tommy so much. Anyway, Tommy is rude. He told them it's time to trim the fat. That's rude. We need a new host for this show. We sure do. Anyway, I guess we got to put up with him until they find a new host, right? So he asked the guys if anyone found new connections. Samson said he did. Samson told them that he had a good date with Charisse, and there was enough chemistry to move forward, to keep seeing her, you know. Tommy asked him if he would like to go out with Charisse again, and he said yes. Isn't that what he just said? He said there's enough chemistry to move forward. Tommy, pay attention. Yeah, we need a new host. You know what? Come to think of it, Charisse did not go home. I'm saying that she and Kadeen was picked to be in the bottom two. If she's picked to be in the bottom two, she did not go home, because I saw previews last episode where she was getting into it really, really bad with another female, and we haven't seen that clip yet, so she ain't going home this episode. So it's not Charisse that went home. Okay. So Randall told them about the good date he had with Trinika. He said their conversation was genuine and he wants to see where things go. LJ and Justice, both LJ and Justice, said they enjoyed talking to Looney. And Justice is giving me a vibe of not being there for love. I think he acts too laid back and too nonchalant. He was standing there talking to Looney with his hand in his pocket. Now he's saying he's interested in Looney. He wasn't acting like he's interested in her. He was just standing there nonchalant, chit-chatting with her with his hand in his pocket. Now he's all of a sudden he's interested in her. LJ is not happy that Justice is trying to throw a wrench in his courting with Looney. In his confessional, LJ said, may the best man win. But don't worry, LJ. I don't think Justin is interested in Looney at all. And I don't think Looney is interested in LJ either. She wasn't giving me that vibe of being interested in him. I think Justice was just pretending to be interested. Is just pretending to be interested in Looney. Tommy asked the men who does not do it for them. And these are the names that was thrown out. Brandy, April, Charisse, Trinika, and Kadeen. Justice said Kadeen DM'd him at 1 o'clock in the morning, and he did not like that. What the hell was she DMing him 1 in the morning for? Was she looking for a booty call? Who DM'd someone that late that early in the morning? Who? Mike said Kadeen ate and asked him aggressive questions, and she rubbed him the wrong way. Yeah, she was standing there eating the chicken, not the chicken, the way you call it, the rib, and talking to him, while she's eating. It looked tacky. It looked tacky, and her outfit looked horrible, and it was just a bad look, a bad thing altogether. But he still didn't have to be rude to her. Anyway, Tommy told them that 2 ladies are not hitting the mark. He said, tell one she needs to step it up, but she is still in the game, and let the other one know that her journey has come to a close. He told her to be kind and to show respect. So Swazi meets up with Kadeen, and she looks a hell of a lot better than she did when she went to do archery. She looked so much better. Her wig looked better. Her outfit looked better. She looked like a totally different woman. She needs to burn those onesies and never ever wear them again. Kadeen knows that the guys met up with Tommy to decide who was going home. So she's ready. She's prepared for anything. When Kadeen walked up to the table where Swazi was, he did not get up off of his ass to greet her. He just sat there. That is so rude. Why are these people so rude? These are grown-ass people, over 30. They should know better. But the restaurant where they are was really, really nice. But the outfits they both were wearing didn't fit the restaurant. Even though Kadeen looked better than she did at archery, she should have dressed up a little bit for this restaurant. She had on cut off jeans shorts. I thought that was inappropriate for the restaurant. And Swazi had on his tight muscle shirt. Could have at least put on a regular shirt that buttoned down the front. Something a little bit dressier. Or even throw on a jacket over his muscle shirt. That would have been a little bit dressier. And Kadeen was making fun of Swazi's tight shirt. I guess that's all he owns are muscle shirts. Because everybody making fun of his tight shirts. Kadeen is ready though to hear what she's ready to hear if she gets to stay or if she goes home. But Swazi is stalling. Then he tells her that the guys met up with Tommy, and all the guys except for him said that she was interrogating them and intimidating them with her questions. He told her that they don't want to be interrogated. He told him, well, maybe they should learn how to lead. Swazi told Kadeen to be open and be a little nicer. So she told him that she is very open. She told him that she is a strong person and she does not want a weak man. Swazi told her that the men decided to give her another chance and they think she is ready to love. And Kadeen said she is thankful and she will do better. Next up, LJ meet up with April. They hug and sat down to talk. She tells him that he is the charmer of the bunch and he blushes. They talk about the dating process. LJ asked her if she is feeling anyone. She said yes. LJ told her that the guys were talking about their connections. He told her that she's sexy, she has style, energy, and she has give good vibes, but nobody has a romantic connection with her. And he told her she is not ready to love, and she told him it's okay. Then he told her, I hope we can remain friends. And that was it. That was the end of the episode, and this is the end of my review. I'll be back next week with another review. Thank you so much for watching. Princess on a Pillow here. Next time that I come on camera, I'm going to have braces. Today is Monday. Thursday, I go to get braces on my teeth. See? The gap and the creek and the spaces in between your teeth. So Thursday, I go to get braces on my teeth. So the next time I'm on camera, I'll have braces on my teeth. Just because I don't want to shock anybody. That's what's happening with me. Princess on a Pill here. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.